I click my shopping basket, I see a few examples of these. Well, let's turn on Amazon Books, Music, Video, and Barnes & Noble. And this time, let's look for anything, books, music, videos, that have to do with Apollo 11. Again, Sherlock sends out my request to the e-commerce sites and instantly starts getting back a list of things that meet the requirements of Apollo 11. I can now sort it by name, by price, by availability. It tells me what I can buy, when I can buy it, and how much it'll cost. It's never been any easier to find this stuff. Sort by name, Apollo 11 mission reports. Here's one from NASA, a mission report. Double click it, takes me right to Amazon.com, right to the page to purchase that book, and I can just put it in my shopping cart, order it, and go. So it's so easy to find e-commerce sites and buy goods or services. Let's do one more shopping for Apollo 11. This time, I'm going to turn on Amazon Auctions and eBay, two very different auction sites. I'm going to click search, and now I'm going to find collectibles, not books or videos, but collectibles out there on the internet. Again, it comes back right away from those sites, gives me the price, the availability. Let's look by price. That's the cheapest thing I can buy. I'm a pretty cheap guy. Apollo 11. Right here, I can buy a 1969 National Geographic print from back when the Apollo mission landed on the moon. There it is. If I wanted to go get that book, I can go get it for 99 cents on eBay. Let's look at the other end of the spectrum. What's the most expensive stuff I can buy? $650, that's a little high for me. Here's one, Apollo 11 photo signed by Buzz Aldrin for $150. The auction is still up for 5 days. I double click, I go right to that page, and there's the photo signed by Buzz Aldrin. I can enter my bid on this and come back and keep tracking to see whether I'm the highest bidder. So that's Sherlock 2. It's going to make it really easy for people to not only find information on the internet, find people and news, but to make it extremely easy to shop for any goods or services you want on the internet, all from one Mac OS standard interface. I have one more demo I'd like to do. Since we're here at Seybold Publishing Show, a lot of our best and biggest customers here, I thought we'd show you some of the power of the new AppleScript inside Mac OS 9. As Steve told you, AppleScript can now run over TCP/IP. So any computer on the internet can be involved in your workflow. Well, last year we stood here and showed you AppleScript running native, PowerPC native code, 5 times faster in macOS 8.5. And millions of customers are using that to automate their workflow. And in our demonstration, we had one button I had to click, and on my computer, I completely automated making a brochure right there on the screen. And it did all the work for me. Well, now, as you can see, we have 2 screens up here. The computer on the left is my home computer here in San Francisco. Pretty picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. Makes it easy to know. Right there, the left, San Francisco. On the right, I have another machine representing perhaps my service bureau in New York. Beautiful picture of the Brooklyn Bridge there. And the only thing connecting these 2 computers is an internet connection. There is nothing else connecting these computers. They have a TCP/IP address on the internet, but we've set up a secure connection inside AppleScript using the new keychain feature of Mac OS 9. So what I'm going to do to create a brochure, I'm going to open up FileMaker. I'm going to create a brochure from a database of information, something a lot of our customers do, database-driven publishing. I'm going to click the button right here to launch my script, and that's all I have to do, and the computer will do the rest. It launches Adobe's InDesign. It opens up the template to create my brochure, and now it starts talking to the computer in New York, and it's saying, I need images for my brochure. The computer in San Francisco is laying out the text, laying out the document on its own, and requesting images from a database on the computer on the right. The computer on the right is not only serving up those images, but cropping and resizing them for the size requested by launching Photoshop and using Photoshop on its machine. And the power of this is incredibly obvious. To write one script that automates a workflow across multiple computers around the internet with a secure keychain communications. We're almost done. 2 more images to go. Again, they're working in parallel. The one on the left doesn't have to wait for the one on the right. 1 more image to go. And we're done. So that's really giving new meaning to the term internet publishing, the ability to create publishing documents across the internet using the power of AppleScript and Mac OS 9. Thank you very much.
So we think OS 9 is going to be an incredibly great release, and we encourage you all to buy it when it comes out this October. It's your Internet Copilot. It's going to sell for $99. Take a look at it. It's very, very strong. We've worked very, very hard on it. And this brings us to our systems products. Now, as you know, we have a strategy to have a very simple product line and have great products in all four of these quadrants: a pro desktop and portable, a consumer desktop and portable. And at Macworld last month, when we introduced our iBook, it's been the first time we filled in all quadrants of this matrix. And we're really excited about that, and we're firing on all cylinders now. So I'd like to review these with you briefly. First one is the iMac. As you know, the iMac, we came out with the colored iMacs. Our code name was Lifesavers in January. They took off like a rocket, and they've been incredibly strong ever since. And iMac was 1 year old 2 weeks ago. Unbelievable. Seems like a lot longer to me. And a lot's happened in that year. We've sold 2 million iMacs in that year. And in North America, 90% of the iMac owners are on the internet. That's off the charts. So they're clearly using this, as their primary internet access device. And a third of these buyers are first-time computer owners.